It's been months and months ago since we last visited this Utahraptor pack. Winter has since passed, and finally, the sun feels warm again, comforting flora and fauna, much needed after harsh winter months. These two, the younger striped female and the new male, formed a strong connection. Both ranking beneath the dominant pair, they share similar duties and therefore usually work very closely together. As the rising sun turns the sky into a soft pink, this morning is different than others. The dominant pair has successfully created new life. The tiniest squeaks and barks echo through the forest as three hatchlings make their presence known. The lower-ranking pair is being sent off to work, providing for Mom, Dad, and the kids. For them, obligations are constantly present as the whole pack is caring for the young. Hungry mouths continuously beg for food, and the dominant pair will not move far from their offspring. So, naturally, the members below the pair are being put to work. However, it seems like these two lovebirds don't mind a bit of time alone. They grow towards each other more and more. Back home, hungry chicks are impatiently waiting for food. These chunks of meat will be feeding everyone but the lower-ranking pair. They will have to make do with the leftovers. This doesn't really seem to bother them. For the Utahraptor, expanding their pack is top priority. And if that is being realized through own offspring rather than strangers tagging along, it is even better. Today marks a very, very special day in the lives of all members. The chicks will venture out of the den for the very first time. Perhaps better said, school has opened. Time to learn the first lessons in life. Let's start with the most important lesson of them all: hunting. Dad has found the perfect opportunity to do just that. All adults gather to support and guide these hatchlings, as well as being curious themselves. Time to pay close attention, kids. Dad will show you how it's done. Mum keeps her distance as Dad takes on the role of teacher. Ready, set, go. Well done, little one. You've made your father very proud. Today is the day. After spending months within the comforting safety of whistling columns, our family of Utahraptors will venture out into the open world. When the dominant pair isn't occupied with eggs or nesting, Utahraptors prefer to be nomadic. They thrive in all kinds of nature, variating from plains to dense forests and even deserts. For the chicks, every step they take is a step into the unknown. All adults have a full-time job on their hands, keeping the little ones safe. The lower-ranking pair is in charge of keeping eyes on the rear. Is everyone coming? No one left behind? Are all chicks following as they should? Is everyone listening? One of the juveniles has created an interest in carrying around objects found along the way. There's always that special one. The rotten carcass is still there. It is no 5-star meal, but it will make do for now. Alerting barks signal the dominant pair that food has been found. Time to fill up before the real journey begins. The forest is growing more and more dense. Light rays try to pierce through the trees and leaves as the family move through. The striped female sniffed out a critter hidden underground. She uses her large claw to disturb the burrow, hoping to get an easy snack. Finally, the forest opens up. The dominant female is a bit further ahead. She's aware of an obstacle waiting for them at the water's edge. Close by, a waterfall cascades down into the valley. Life School has another lesson in store for the chicks, who are still blissfully unaware. They will all have to cross. Mom is already on her way whilst Dad is sticking with the kids. He will try to encourage them and motivate them to follow their mother. She makes it look simple as she's done this many times. But for the tiny legs of their offspring, this leap is quite the challenge. Everyone made it safely across. Well done. Late summer has arrived. In the distance, the towering mountains that belong to whistling columns grace the horizon. As the warm afternoon air gently glides over the land, it carries the scent of pine trees, blossoming flowers, and the earth itself. The past months have brought change, not only to nature, but to its inhabitants as well. The youngsters are shedding their hatchling coats and starting to look more and more like their parents. Able to fend more for themselves, the young move around and away from the adults a bit further each time. Attracted by the smell of a carcass, a few members of the pack move up the mountain. With their offspring growing bigger, hunger and need for food increases. It becomes more of a challenge to feed every single member, so findings like this carcass are a necessity. The dominant male, however, feels uneasy. One of his offspring didn't follow. This young male stayed around the lake. His curious brother is quick to join him. There is something else here, and it's right in front of them. As the clouds suddenly roll in, the mood shifts. This lake seems to already be taken. A Suchomimus female and her offspring, and she will fiercely stand her ground if challenged. Despite their brave attempt to claim territory, the pack has been defeated and chased off. If not for the presence of offspring, the adults would have most likely continued the attack. But right now, there is just too much at stake. As the dominant pair and younger members of the group lay down to rest, the lower-ranking male and female have other things to do. This area is new and needs exploring. Later that night, as she is just about to take a break, a problem arises. They have been stalked this whole time. With both Utahs completely exhausted, the stalker picks his target. Still not recovered, the male now stands face to face with an adult Utahraptor. Alerted by sounds of distress and panic, the dominant pair darts forward. His loyal heart became his downfall. Today, this family lost a beloved member. And for the striped female especially, this loss will hurt for months to come. But Utahraptors are resilient and strong, and life simply goes on. Even though the chicks have grown into brave subadults, they still need protection, and the adults will provide. As the first members make the jump, the dominant male and father grants his offspring some time to drink before having to cross as well. As the pack enters Green Hills, the striped female got distracted and fell behind. She quickly turns around and heads back. Unfortunately, she miscalculated her jump and broke her toe. And all this happened at the worst possible timing. Desperate attempt to follow her family and flee into the woods, her broken toe hinders her drastically. In sheer panic, she again hurts herself as she jumps down. She cannot run any longer. As if her lost mate called for her, the loyal female met her end. She will no longer be able to serve and care for her family, as she has done for so long. For the remaining members, their bond shared by blood is now stronger than ever. They will have to move on with nothing more than memories of those who stood by them through everything, and will continue to do so in the afterlife.